Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on the Pump.Fun token. It's been a while since I covered this. I did cover it, I think last week somewhere, but Pump.Fun has done incredibly well. Back then, it was already doing incredibly well, and this is also, like, before we get into the analysis, we'll talk about the fundamentals. We'll talk about the hype at this point of time that's around Pump, and we'll talk about the technicals, of course, which might be the key reason that most of you are here, but we'll talk about everything you need to know. But ultimately, one of the key things that I want you to know is that very often when the market is bearish, which I'd say the end of August was relatively tough, right? There was quite a lot of bearish pressure, but there was one coin that performed incredibly well during that time, or at least there were a couple of coins that did quite well, but one coin that did very well was Pump.Fun. And you can also see, if I'm allowed to load this, which my Wi-Fi sometimes again is not great because I'm using a lot of it. But you can see still at this point of time it's one of the strongest performers, right? So whether we're able to see that or not. But at this point of time, I mean, what you can see is that first of all, the hype around Pump.Fun is quite high, all right, and that's also in combination with the price of the coin actually reaching a market cap that's potentially closer to fair value, right? Because what I said the last time is that Pump.Fun was doing great again in terms of the share of the total market they had of these meme coin launchpads. So they, again, for some time already have been the biggest, so basically since the beginning of August. And that also means that if you take a look at Pump.Fun specifically, which here you can see, I mean, the fully diluted valuation right now is close to $8 billion. That's quite high, right? Even though they're making a lot of money, right? Because on average, at this point of time, I think they're making about $1.5 million. That's a lot of money, right? And that makes a market cap, right now the normal market cap is $2.75 billion. That makes that a little bit more justifiable. And then they've also implemented some changes regarding streamers on Pump.Fun, that they're, hopefully I'll cut that out, but that they're rewarded very well. So fundamentally, Pump.Fun is doing great. But the thing is, and I'll combine it with the technicals, is that the hype and the sentiment around Pump.Fun at this point of time is very high as well. All right, and when everyone's talking about a certain coin being great, that's usually the time that you should bail out. I mean, the fundamentals have been good for some time, right? At the start of September, when we really started this rally, the fundamentals already were great. The volume was ramping up as well. Whales got in there, all right? And they're up at this point of time, let's say on average, 120%. And then what you can see right now is that we're getting some very, very high volume with POCs at the upside. So those are local top patterns, I would say. So then we have local top patterns. We have a reason why we would sell off. I mean, the market cap is also closer to fair value. Market cap at this point of time is higher than fair value, I would say, the fully diluted valuation. And then we fundamentally have the interest rate decision coming up on Wednesday, right? Which is historically also a little bit of a de-risking event. So I think short term, what we should expect is a pullback. All right, a pullback is what I expect. But then the key is how we react to this level right here. And that's the level around 0.68 and 0.67 cents. So that's 0.0068 and 0.0067. That is those are the previous highs right here. But outside of that, we also have the 4-hour uptrend there. We have the 7-day rolling VWAP. We have fair value gaps there. And if we are, so I think we're going to pull back into that level. If we get a strong reaction there, right, so if we find support there and we're able to hold that for some time longer, then I think we can still rally into the 1.618 fib right here at 1 cent. So I still think we can rally up higher, but ultimately, like we could form some sort of a major bearish divergence there, and then that's going to be the actual top. But for now, I would actually say this is most likely. There is a lot of hype, and there are a lot of eyeballs on Pump.Fun at this point of time and the Pump token. And I think short term, if we can at least get a strong reaction at 0.68 and 0.67 cents, I think we can still go for a higher high. So those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. If you're interested in more analysis on the Pump token, which I've done quite a few, but usually not a lot of people are interested in that. If you are, let me know. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and bye.